Hi, I'm John Tucker. I'm Head of Product and Engineering for Toughbook in Europe.
Hello, my name's Chris Turner and I'm Head of Go-to-Market at Panasonic Toughbook Europe. One thing that is very important that they consider is that mobility is complex. No one field force is the same. From a Panasonic perspective, we really believe that it's important that you find a device that's optimized for field use inside and out. One of the things that we think is key is balance. Finding the right balance of all of the critical mobility factors is really important. As an example, we could give you a battery life that lasted 2 days in the field, but the compromise would be the weight of the device. And likewise, we could give you a screen brighter than the sun, but of course there's going to be an immediate impact on battery performance.
There's a number of things to consider around user specification. Getting all of these things right with all of these sort of factors going on is so important to the successful deployment of any field device. Probably the best place to start is around software, understanding how you use the product. Is it a single line of business application, or is this device going to be the portal to your organization? So once you understand the software, probably the most important is around connectivity. And there's really two aspects to connectivity. There's the wireless connectivity, quite often 3G, 4G, 5G when you're in the field, understanding how that works, what systems you want to connect to. But also you shouldn't forget about if you need to connect to assets and equipment in the field. And quite often that's why we see things like what we call legacy ports. Serial port is one great example where you're connecting to maybe equipment or kit that's been in the field for 10, 15, 20 years, doesn't have all the modern communication, but you still need to collect data onto your device to do the necessary field work. Security is probably more important today than ever. We're collecting huge amounts of data on the device, transferring that data maybe to back office systems, and just having a sort of an approach around how that data is protected as much as possible is sort of critical to today's mobile IT approach. One of the things that is really important that is often overlooked is around the transportation and carrying of the device. You need to consider things that will augment the usage of the device, things like carrying handles, maybe if the device is used into a vehicle. And these are sort of really critical aspects about getting mobility right in the field. So in summary, mobility is complex. What you need is a technology partner that can provide all of this experience as a core manufacturer to go along with you on this journey. There will be bumps in the road, but somebody that deeply understands mobility is critical to the success of any project. So when staging and deploying devices, it's important to consider the differences between field IT and maybe more of a traditional office-based IT. There are newer technologies available that make that a little bit easier, Microsoft Autopilot being one of the ones that is commonly used today. And again, you have to think about how that would be deployed in a field environment, maybe with limited connectivity, as opposed to an office environment. Two great examples is we've seen in the past screensavers and antivirus software that would work well in an office environment, draining massive amounts of battery in a field IT environment and basically causing issues from a user perspective in the field. So these are really important to consider when looking at the deployment of a project into the field. It's so important once devices are deployed into the field to keep them secure and up to date. And really there's two aspects to think about. There's the operating system itself, so making sure that you've got all of the latest security updates and patches applied to that device and operating system, of course. And then there's the application, so keeping the applications up to date, so making them easy to support from a user perspective is really important. We've tailored our maintenance plans for field use. One of the things that we've learned from experience is battery is so important to the success of the field user. So we've tailored our service plan to include what we call battery confidence, and that's a piece of technology that is remotely diagnosing and analysing the battery, basically to keep the best available battery life for the user, to keep them as productive as they possibly can be in the field.
So the first step to a successful rugged deployment is understanding your user profile and exactly how your users interact with technology in the field. We can do this through giving our customers better levels of visibility around battery performance, connectivity disruptions, and how their software is operating on the device itself. From a Panasonic perspective, our longer term ambition is to lower failure rates even further, and we believe we can do this through predictive maintenance. Maintenance and post-sale support are really important factors to consider. And when you're buying a Panasonic Toughbook, you're buying into a premium product and a premium level of service and support. To deliver that premium support, we have a service and configuration centre based in Europe that's supporting our entire EU business. We offer a 48-hour repair cycle, and it's important to us that once a customer's device comes back to us, we get it back out into the field as quickly as possible. Panasonic's focus is always around ensuring that our customers receive a quality level of service, and the success of rugged deployments is always about ensuring device uptime and making sure that the users are as productive as possible. Maximising the total cost of ownership and the return on investment has always been a priority for Panasonic. We really want to ensure that we're helping our customers to use devices in the field for longer periods of time. To enable that, we've recently taken a direction with our product development strategy to ensure that the devices are more modular, allowing for greater levels of expansion and flexibility throughout the deployment. To close the loop, we've recently introduced the Toughbook Revive program. Programs are designed to do two things. Once the customer retires their devices, we help them to refurbish and reuse those assets. The second is to help them recycle the devices in a sustainable way.
An important consideration when a device reaches its end of life stage is how any residual data is managed within the device. It should be put through a secure data erase type of process where you can erase to military standards, destroying all of the data, also certifying that the device has been erased and evidence can be provided as a result. So if you found this video useful and interesting, there's plenty of other content on our website, so please go and have an explore. Thank you very much.